Okay, let's see what else is on the bottom. 7 of Pentacles. So it looks like lots of ideas are coming to you, lots of projects. Some may be your own, some may be others. But it looks like prioritizing for your benefit would be best, putting your projects at the front of the line versus other people's projects or demands. It does feel like you've done a little bit of healing for yourself recently. So that's a good thing. So let's start at the beginning. All right, this is a 7 of Wands. So it looks like you've had a little trouble maybe communicating or having too many projects, having to prioritize. You have a number of prioritizing cards in here, a number of projects, and also miscommunications. So make sure that you speak from the heart, speak your truth. This does feel like it not only is in business, but it can be overlapping into personal life. Some miscommunications and some things that it may feel like you have to make a choice or stand by a choice that you have made already that may be kind of going against the grain. I'm feeling that you're kind of pushed into a corner. But it does look like this choice was the right one for you. So stand strong, and you're learning quite a lot from these choices that you've been making, and you're prioritizing. So you've been learning quite a lot. What crosses you, this is the King of Wands, and Wands can be someone over the age of 40, someone that is wise beyond their years, or it can stand for someone that is a senior or a mentor in your life. It is a wand, so that is fire. That's Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. This may be the person that you're having either a disagreement with or not communicating well with. It could be someone in a mentor position. It can also be a spouse. Or someone of great wisdom that you usually hit it off with very well. The orange is lighting up for me here. So it looks like that you are going to come to an understanding and agreement and compromise. And you know, the King of Wands, he's exalted, but he also kind of commands some motion. So make sure that you can fulfill whatever you have promised, whatever you've put out in the world. And if you can't fulfill it, communicate about it. That is what looks like what's happening a little bit. You kind of filled your plate a little bit, and the juggle is happening. So communicate those changes that have to happen. Or the double booking, things like that. But it feels like there's just an awful lot on your plate right now, and you're having to prioritize a little bit further. What is above here is what I call the old, broken, alone. It is a fear picture. It is the fear of not having enough money, not having enough love, being broken. So this feels like just a fear position. Just a fear. It's not an actual. So make sure that you are giving yourself as much credit as you are others. I do feel this information is coming from above, and that you are not seeing something that is right in front of you, something positive and helpful and really brings you joy. But it looks like kind of focusing on some of the negative. So make sure that you have that balance of the positive things. But it does look like you have been focusing a little bit on the negative stuff and not taking into account all the positive things that you have done. You are a mover and a shaker, Cancer, and there has been a lot on your plate the last couple of months. So it feels like a little self-disappointment that you didn't get to check this one off your list or that one off your list. But there has been so much on your plate that kind of revel in the completion of the things that you have done. There's a lot of positive in your life. But right now it does feel like some of the negative stuff is looming. So that's where the focus is. So what is something that has just happened in the past? This is the it's 5 of Wands, and This can depict kind of a little bit of discord, a little bit of miscommunication. It can also stand for unwanted attention. If all of a sudden you're getting a lot of attention as a married person, but you're married, but you're getting lots of attention, say like from single people, it's kind of like unwanted attention. It could be something at work that you're being kind of either overlooked or somebody's hovering above you. So it just feels like there's a little unwanted attention coming towards you. And just stand firm. That will pass. It is in the past position, so it may have already been alleviated in your space. So something that is in the present time, this is the Queen of Cups, and this can be you. It is a water sign, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. And what I'm feeling here is this golden chalice is kind of lighting up for me. So hold your truth dear and near. And it feels like living in your truth and living in your integrity. And that's what it feels like the general theme is here. Even though others may disagree with your process or disagree with your words, you hold your vision. You hold how you'd like to either work the problem, communicate about it. But it does feel like speak from integrity, and you are coming from a very authentic place. Even though others are not. This does feel like it may have to do something with a job that you either were having communication problems with, or let a job go, changed it in somehow or some manner, or created a new job. But this does feel like there was a little bit of static, a little bit of maybe things that were kind of out of pocket or really out of integrity, and you are holding the integrity firmly, while maybe others around you aren't. So you do have a lot of integrity. So hold that space for yourself. So Queen of Cups is really feeling more like the exalted Cancer, the exalted and knowingness, having that wonderful gift of being able to see things from all sides, but holding the integrity. You inherently know what is right and what is wrong, even if someone is telling you, oh, this is the way it's done. So you hold that vision of integrity. And coming from an authentic place. And it does look like others around you have not. So I'm not sure if somebody's doing something hinky at work. And so make sure what they say, CYA, or cover your butt, cover your ass if it has to do with work. The star card here is new beginnings and gifting yourself with differences. But it does feel like a project coming down into fruition here. This big star is kind of lighting up for me. It's almost like manna from heaven, or something that you've been thinking about creating for a while. Well, it feels a little more tangible. It feels a little bit more within reach. But it does require some money, effort, time on your part. It does not mean it all has to happen now. So take it as it comes, but don't give up the vision. It looks like something that has been in your dream space and been in your awareness for a very long time. So it may be going into business for yourself. It may be doing a project with someone, writing a book, starting yoga. It can be any project or dream that seems to be coming closer and closer. So don't give up the vision. You have your finger on the pulse of your magic, Cancer, and it's starting to come more and more into view for you. So what is the basis of all this? Is the Knight of Cups. This can stand for a male or a female. Cups can be emotions, but they are also water signs. So that's Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. I'm feeling like this is some communication with a young water sign, male or female, but there seems to be like this person is a little lost. This can be a friend, a child, a sibling, but it is someone that I would say is younger than 30 or 40, and someone who's maybe a little too guarded. Maybe it feels like you're worried about them. It feels like they're being a little arrogant and not being humble about life, a little stubborn, and it's really kind of on your mind. It's worrying you that they won't be able to progress normally and succeed with some of the choices that they're making. Unfortunately, this is not your problem to solve, Cancer, and you may have to just sit back and watch them fall and learn to pick themselves up. But this is someone that you have invested a lot of energy and love into, and they're kind of making some foolish choices right now. So from what I can see, it feels like you need to just step back from them and let them learn their lessons the way that they're choosing to, even if it's breaking your heart. And it feels like it's someone within your heart, and it's just making you super sad. I do see that this is a temporary situation, that they will figure it out, but on their own time, unfortunately. So they're learning by making pretty big mistakes. This is a temporary situation. Now the moon is right here. It is also right next to the star. These two main images here are kind of popping up for me as new projects, and taking something from your head and putting it into the earth plane or in the manifestation plane. The moon can be the intrinsic side of us, the deeper side of us, the where all the feels are, where all the feelings are. But it looks like you have a lot of wonderful ideas. You've worked out a lot of things in your head, actually. So it's just taking this wonderful project and putting some motion into it. And the star is right next to it. It is in the future position. So taking some of those great ideas, or that passion that you've had, and really putting it and solidifying it onto the earth plane. So make those phone calls, start doing that PR work if it's something you need to advertise, or checking out demographics. Do a little bit more of the physical work, from taking it from your head into the physical plane or the manifestation plane. The Three of Swords is here. So this does look like a heartache of some kind. It can be on the relationship space. There is a Page of Cups here, which is usually messages. It can mean children, but I'm feeling this is more messages. And Temperance is on the other side. So finding your balance. Did you lose your balance in a relationship? Either recently or end a relationship recently, Cancer. Could be even thinking about ending it, but it feels like a little bit of resentments are there. It also feels like having to speak your truth with compassion, but really making some changes. So I'm not sure if this is the relationship space. And for those of you who have have lost someone that has crossed over from life to death, this may just represent the heartache that you have over that loss. But it feels like a deep loss of the heart. For many of you, it may just be releasing a relationship that was toxic, or there was some kind of deception involved. But there is some heartache here. For those of you who have lost a family member recently, this may just be representing the loss that you feel from them departing the earth. And of course, we know that is temporary, but it is sometimes very shocking to our system. And however it looks for you to grieve, and however long a time it takes, that is fine. It is your journey on grief and healing your heart, whether it is from heart betrayal or an actual death. The journey is about the same. It is one of great heartache. So that it looks like you're having some feelings about loss of the heart right now. So what is the culmination of this is the 9, and 9s are really great. It's like, don't give up before the miracle kind of card. It means getting your ducks in a row. You're looking at how you can create more abundance from your life. It does look like you've released some anger that you had before that was kind of standing in the way of your natural growth. Some anger, resentment, some of the negative aspects of emotions. It looks like you've let some of that go. You're starting to grow. You are allowing yourself to think of more than one idea or more than one way of doing things. But there is a number of projects here and a number of things you'd like to accomplish. So it doesn't surprise me if you are taking mental inventory, if you're redoing your bucket list, if you're looking at the rest of the year on what you would like to accomplish. So this is very project oriented. This is also very kind of a doing card after you've sat in contemplation, but it also is one of abundance. So really opening up your heart, opening up your head to either new ways of creating finances, selling things to create finances, or just getting your finances under control. For some of you, just reorganizing what's going in, what's going out. Page of Cups is here. That can mean messages. Cups are emotions. So that can mean a message of love. It can mean a message of engagement or a wedding or a positive feedback on an emotional risk. So I'm really feeling like this is more of a positive message. It's right next to the creation and the abundance card. So it feels like you're going to get a positive message. It feels like you've been getting some negative messages over the last couple of months. So this really feels like it's one of love, one of joy, and something positive or a relaxed attitude after kind of a tense time. Temperance is, the great balancer, really finding your balance between work and passion, finding your balance between all the projects you have to do and family. So it's the great equalizer. Temperance is really taking a look at honestly prioritizing what's going on, but it looks like you're gifting from one thing to another. So there may be a little drain on your personal energy right now, and you may be trying to finish. This feels like you're trying to finish one project before you start another, and to really make sure that that is complete before you start your new journey and your new path. This crown is lighting up for me, so it feels like there may be a decision that is coming up. If you are given the choice between something old and something new, I encourage you to take the new road. This road here is lighting up for me to the crown. So, and that feels like it'll be a much more balanced road for you. One that will give you great pleasure and kind of kudos for what you've done. This Page of Cups can also be positive messages and encouragement. It can be accolades from doing the hard work as well. So that is your general reading for March, Cancer. Let me throw a couple cards here for clarity. These are the past life oracle cards. And I seem to cut right through a lot of the jive. Asia. Okay. Whoops. Sorry about that. Asia. So I'm feeling this is more like a legacy card than actual Asia. Tradition. Sometimes we have to go against the grain and to go against our family tradition to find our smile. And that's what it feels like. You're having to step out of some old traditions that are not useful for you, and the imprisonment or slavery is here. So yeah, that kind of validates some of these choices, family legacy choices, whether it's religion, whether it's codependency, addiction, can even be just how you traditionally look for a job, or how you traditionally speak your mind or move your body or not, or eat. It could be as easy as diet, but there is something, a family legacy that no longer works for you. For some of you, it may be choosing a different religion, something like that. But with Asia and imprisonment and slavery here, it really feels like you're breaking some of the ties of the family legacies that no longer work. And those most likely are the negative ones that we all have. We all carry those little baggages into every relationship we have until we decide to not do it anymore. So it looks like you are choosing a new road, either with looking for new jobs, connecting with new people, looking at new love relationships. But it looks like you have made a conscious shift in the way that you process. You have made a conscious shift.